Hi, everybody. How is it going today? It is July 15th, the day after the Trump shooting. That's part of the reason why I'm making this video. I've heard so many conspiracies, so many excuses, so many reasons, um, so many hypotheses as to how this all happened. A lot of people are saying it's a fault in the Secret Service. Like, I guess there's a lot of people that think that they actually like frisk everybody that's in the area. They don't. They couldn't possibly do it. Um, and another thing too is Pennsylvania's an open carry state. I don't know if anybody realizes that as well. So when you talk about there's people walking around with guns, that's because this is like Texas here. I live in PA, so I know. But it's open carry. You only need a permit to conceal. So when you start questioning that, well, there you go. That's because we're open carry. It's that's probably why it happened here too. He figured he could open carry, and you know nobody would think nothing of it. Which who knows? Um, I don't know. All I know is I don't believe any of the stories that I've only heard a couple of them so far, and they are off the wall, boy, off the wall. From Trump planned it. It was all a planned shooting to gain sympathy or something. To what the hell was the other one? Oh, the one that the actual story about the kid that did it to make the liberals look bad, right? Because he's actually a registered Republican. Who knows? I'm not going to buy any of it until, you know what I mean, a week or two from now is when, because listening to all the stuff that some people have to say, I mean, some of the conspiracies are out there, man. Like the lady I heard on the radio, it says, if anybody believes that Trump didn't set that up, then you are so stupid, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow. And then she went on to say something along the lines of some people are so hell-bent on politics, it's insane. It's like she didn't realize she was talking about herself. Right? Like she was spending, and they said that she spends all day long on the internet just bashing Trump all day long. That's all she does. Right? So it's like somebody needs to get a life, but she's telling somebody else to get a life. Um, who knows? The guy has a mental illness. That's the main issue. Mental illness, if we would combat it a little bit more in this country, you'd see the homeless problem and the opiate epidemic and the mass shootings probably drop by more than half. I mean, I don't understand. There must not be much money to be made in mental health. And I just got out of the hospital after 2 weeks. I was in for 2 weeks for thoughts of hurting myself. I just got out like 2 months ago. I'm talking recently in the state of Pennsylvania where this happened. um, I was in a place in Reading, Pennsylvania. But anyway, people snap. I mean, myself included. Like I have had so much happen just in the last 2 years, I'd say, year and a half. After I got diagnosed with a silicosis and COPD and renal failure in October of 2022, and was forced to leave the best job I ever had. Then I started doing a little bit more research on the illness, and it's going to kill me in like 20 years. Right? The doctor won't, she won't put that in writing, but I said, listen, I researched this, and they said it looks like it says 20 to 30 years. She was like, no, 30 is not going to happen. And I was like, then she says, you should just enjoy your time. Don't waste, what? I want to know about how much time I'm going to have. But the more I looked into it, the more I found out I'm just going to slowly suffocate and I'm going to die. And I still can't get disability on top of everything else. That's now 5 disabilities. Like somebody had just one of them. If I was a female and I was just bipolar, like my ex-girlfriend, she got it, no problem. Didn't even have to hire a lawyer. She was in prison too. She got out of prison, cried she was depressed. This was before bipolar was a thing, really. And she got out, tried work. It's no, I can't work. I'm depressed. And she was on within a year of her being out of prison. I think she was collected disability. Didn't take long at all. To whereas right now, my last time I applied, it took 3 to 4 months to even hear anything. And then it was already too late to send the paperwork back. because that's what they like to do. They like to send you the paperwork like the same day you're supposed to have it back to them, and then they use that as an excuse to deny you, which is what they did to me. Just like the lady that took my SSI application over the phone, she said that not application, but she called to verify my information, and I told her that back in October when I first got my diagnosis, I said I had $6,000 in the bank. Here it is now, April. I'm down to 700. She wrote down I still have $6,000 in the bank. She did it on purpose. She barely spoke any English. It was hard to talk to her, and I clarified it 3 different times that no, I had. She goes, well, we're trying to figure out how you've been paying your bills all this time. I said, by the money I had in the bank. And she wrote down I still had $6,000. They do this shit all the time. Right? Why you want to fuck with a long time? I mean, I've been paying in for fucking over 3 decades. It's not like I'm 25 trying to collect already. You know? And now I actually have something that's going to fucking kill me, and they still won't give me fucking my disability. What am I supposed to do? So I go and I take shitty jobs knowing that I'm going to fucking die, and I take jobs that are beneath me, and my anxiety issues get the better of me. As soon as I get put under any kind of pressure now, my heart just starts jumping out of my chest. I don't want to deal. Like my body's like, nope, you can't, because I already have enough to deal with, right? So I'm struggling trying to find any kind of work I can actually handle. I mean, I've even gone down to minimum wage, and tried a job at Burger King, and the fucking pressure just got to me. As soon as a bus came, I couldn't fucking handle it, man. My face turned red. I felt like I was just going to start crying. That's severe anxiety issue that they don't. I don't know. I'm on enough medication, being on lithium and Latuda. I don't know if they want to give me something else for the anxiety. I don't think it's going to matter very much. But oh man, it's just like people just don't understand. I can only put up with so much, and I get ran off the road all the time. People are so disrespectful everywhere I go. I'm in a small town area, and even here in a small town, there's people that they have fucking attitudes. You can't just go to the store and fucking go about your day. You have to go and be a fucking dickhead, make sure everybody sees you being a dickhead. What is that called? Being pretentious or something like that? I don't know. Being a dick for the sake of being a dick. It's the way everybody is now. I think to myself, man, if you fucked with me 10 years ago, just 10 years ago, you'd be picking your teeth up off the fucking floor. Because that's how I was. I used to fight with everybody all the fucking time. It never got me anywhere. Now all I do is fucking tuck tail and run from everything. I don't know. I just know that I'm getting ready to lose my shit if I don't find a job here pretty quick. I'm down to my last couple dollars. When I have to give up my van, that's actually like living in the woods time. I ain't gonna make it. So I think when I get down to my last tank of gas, I think my plan's gonna be to head to Washington and I don't know, write a letter on my car, and it's time to maybe make my life mean something for once.